camera angle? Yeah, we do. But I don't have a new little tripod yet for my car. But I have amazing news. My husband and I got approved for a house. And we move in on the 24th. Holy shit. Y'all, if I could tell you how stressful this has been, trying to find a place to live, trying to find a place that we can move into before the end of February, trying to find a place that's affordable, even in this economy. But we got approved yesterday. All the paperwork is signed. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Like, genuinely, the only joy that I felt this year is when House of Flame and Shadow released, and now getting this house. I am so freaking excited. There's still so much to do before then, but I just cannot tell you how freaking stoked I am. So, I'm about to go to work. I'm not going to be able to focus all day today because there's just so many things that are on my mind. I have so many questions about moving and everything, and like things that I have to get transferred, and just forwarding my mail. Like, how the hell do I forward my mail? Like, there's so many like book pre-orders too that I have to like cancel and then like redo because I need to change the address because this will no longer be the address. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to work. I have not read anything in the past couple days, and I don't know if I'm gonna read anything. So consider this an impromptu moving vlog on top of being a reading vlog, because that's the content that you're here for. Okay? Okay. Bye.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light.
Okay, update to the update that I gave you guys well over several days ago. We found a house. We found a house and we are moving in 2 weeks on the 24th February. And we're very excited, but we're also very stressed out because as you can see, we are packing. We're packing to move. We're packing all the things. We're loving life right now. Are we though? Are we living life? I don't know. I have not really read anything throughout this entire process. I'm still like, I don't know. I'm not really coming off of a Flame and Shadow hangover because I didn't really have one, which is a good thing. But I'm honestly shocked I did not have a hangover from House of Flame and Shadow. But anyway, yeah, I've not really read anything for like days. And honestly, it's because I have been so stressed out and mentally unwell that haven't really felt like it. My husband is off for the next 10 days for us to pack, and then he goes back to work the week that we move in, unfortunately. So I will like have to kind of finish up if we don't finish. So we're like trying to pump out some stuff here to get packed in time. But the problem is that I have a UTI and I just started my period and it's not a good time. So it's kind of been a slow process because I keep having to go to the bathroom every 15 freaking seconds. And, yeah. So, that's the tea in the shade. So yeah, I haven't really read anything. I did start I started Bride by Allie Hazelwood a little bit ago, when we were kind of like having a break, but then I was falling asleep because I'm just so exhausted from like all this stuff that we're doing. So yeah, I think it's interesting so far. I'm only 21 pages in, but it kind of caught my interest. It kind of reminds me of like something I would have written in like 5th grade. And I don't mean that in like a bad way of like the writing's bad. I just mean that in a way of like, okay, werewolves, vampires, cross species, you know, forbidden love type of thing. I'm into it. I'm into it. So we'll see if I continue that. But yeah, right now I'm just focusing on not peeing myself and packing to move. So
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way.
Not me coming at you because I lied to y'all. So I was supposed to be starting Catching Fire, and I have not done that. Basically, moving has taken up let's just call it like it is. Moving has taken up all of my life right now. So basically, at the current moment, moving is like my whole personality. If you can see this is the state of what is my office and my recording room. That is that. And if you want to see what my living room looks like, it's just a bunch of fucking hellfire, okay? We have 4 days until we move in to our new house, our brand new home, our house, a dwelling, a building, a house on a foundation. And I am so stressed out. I am also incredibly sick. Well, I say incredibly. I am recovering. I am very congested. And I'm recovering from a UTI. I also chipped one of my freaking teeth, which we're not going to talk about it. And then I got sick. So my immune system is literally revolting against me right now. All this to say that I have not really read jack shit. I was supposed to start Catching Fire. I did not. I did pick up Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and I loved it. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was such like 2010 like vampire werewolf forbidden love vibes, which like I was such a little slut for back in my teen years. Loved that shit so very much. It was like, it just took me back to the time when I was on some random roleplay forum and I was just talking to random people and we were like role-playing forbidden supernatural paranormal romance, because that was my teen years. What were you doing in your teen years? Doesn't matter, mine were better. So have not read anything. Have been packing exponentially. And so we are moving in this Saturday, and I am so unbelievably stressed out. I'm having to just like plan so much stuff. So I'm probably not going to be reading a lot in the next couple weeks because I'm gonna be unpacking. I'm about to work for the next 2 days and then take off and then move this Saturday and then be off for a week so I can move, have furniture delivered, paint, the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, I still have so much to do here, like in the office. I still have like a bunch of like random stuff that needs to be put into boxes. I still have stuff in the living room and the dining room that needs put into boxes. But basically, I mean, we're packed. Like the majority of the things are packed, but there are still like small things that need to be put into boxes, found homes, given away, sold, whatever, that I just have not had the time to do. And my husband just went back to work after having 10 days off, so I am now doing the rest of this by myself. And it is a big project. It's a lot to do. So I'm going to see how much of my energy I can exert to doing some of that, and I will maybe hit you back up when I read something. We'll see. If something looks different, it's probably just my anxiety. I've been a nervous stress ball all day long. And we are T-minus 3 days until move into the new house. And I'm a little stressed out. So what we have going on is this. This is what's happening. This is kind of the update. Hera is over there. I don't know if you can see her in my Papazon chair, but we won't talk about that. Yeah, T-minus 3 days till move in, and I am a stressy ball. Let me go out here because I think the lighting is like better. Yeah. So currently trying to organize boxes because my house is just so many boxes, and I'm trying to continue to pack because there's still stuff that I need to finish And then I'm trying to also clean on top of it because I'm gonna have like people in my house. This is how my brain works. My brain is telling me like, Julia, you need to clean your house that you're gonna be moving out of before people come and help you move out of it, because how dare it be dirty.
Bruh.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Also, cutest thing ever. This is the cutest thing. They always do this and I love it so much. Look at my boys. Look at my boys. Oh, they're just adorable. They do this all the time. I literally bought Fig for my dog. Anyway, so my house is a wreck, as you can clearly see. And I need to finish packing. I need to clean some stuff up. And then what I'm trying to do right now is just organize the boxes in my old office, because basically I'm trying to make it as easy as possible on moving day to get the furniture out first into the trailer, and then get all the boxes and put them in there, and like put them also in people's cars. They're going to be helping us. So I'm having some people from work help. He's, I think, having a coworker help, and that's about it. And then my mom is so lovingly, oh my God, my mom and I have a love-hate relationship. I'm not even gonna lie about it, but she literally went out to the store and bought so much like cleaning supplies for my new house. She got me like a Swiffer. She got me a mop, a dust mop. She got hand soap for all of my bathrooms. This is also, my mom and I are so like, she got toilet paper for the day of moving, because she's like,
well, Julia, you're probably gonna have to like pack your toilet paper, and what if someone wants to go to the bathroom in your new house? So I had bought toilet paper so it would be like readily available.
why is my mom like the most anxious person, paranoid person ever, and why am I also like this? She's going over there with my Aunt Donna, and they're going to clean the house for us before we get there and make sure that like everything is working and the electric's on and the fridge is working and stuff like that. And so I'm going to like go over there on Saturday and drop off like the kitchen stuff, because she's like, I really want to set up your kitchen, and I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, so just a ball of stress. I'm having to do this pretty much with myself because my husband's working third shift and up until moving day. So I'm trying to finish this house by myself, and I'm a little stressed out. So I need to get back to packing and moving boxes. Basically tonight I'm just moving boxes until tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'm going to actually start cleaning. So that's the tea and the shade.
I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free.
You can hear my washer in the bathroom. Why do I always start a video and just don't know how to speak? If you can hear my washer in the background, it's because I'm trying to finish washing clothes before tomorrow so I can pack them up. But it is don't know if it's actually hit me yet that I'm moving tomorrow, or if just the panic is setting in that I have a big task tomorrow and I just don't know how it's gonna go. So we'll see. But I'm also noticing it is very echoey in this apartment. It is so echoey right now. Like, I'm standing in like a pretty empty corner of my dining room, and I'm realizing just how big this place is, even with stuff everywhere. It's like, this place is actually like decently big. I don't know how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling very, I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now. I'm feeling nervous about tomorrow because I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm feeling excited, I think, about tomorrow because it's like moving. But I think I'm trying to like sit and honor the emotions that I'm feeling, because it is totally 1000% valid to be scared out of my mind, and I am terrified right now. For many, many reasons. The first of which, I've already said, like, I just don't know how tomorrow's gonna go. I don't know how like moving is gonna go. It's an interesting situation, how we're doing this, and I just want like the timetable and the itinerary of tomorrow to go according to plan, and I just don't know if it's going to, and that's got me kind of stressed out. I just think it's mainly just because I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's also like tomorrow I'm gonna have to say goodbye to the place that I've lived for the last 10 years. I've wanted to move out of this apartment for so long. Like, to give you, I guess, some context, like when we first moved in here 10 years ago, it was with the stipulation that we would only live here for a year, because old Julia had big plans, big dreams. I was like 1000% the girl with like the 5 to 10 year plan. And I'm not anymore, because mental illness, but also just lived experiences have shaped who I am. Like, I've grown since then, I've changed since then, I've also been traumatized since then, and just had experiences that have colored the way that I now have to think and function. The fact that we only wanted to live here for a year, and then we were going to buy our first house after a year, and that didn't happen. And then it just kind of kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And then there was the aspect of having children. Like, my husband and I want to have children, and I have infertility. I have a lot of infertility issues. And so just with that and the experiences that we've had to deal with and develop with, just a lot of things have had to change. And it's, to get to this point, like, I know there are certain periods where I feel excited that we're finally here, but there's also the period of like, I've been here for so long now that so much has happened here. Like, I got my first dog here, and then she passed away, and then I, got married here. I got, my first new car here, and then like I had a roommate at one point, and she was like my best friend, and then like we stopped being friends, so I had that aspect. There's so many experiences from this place that I'm looking around and I'm like, holy shit. Like, I've wanted to leave here for so long because the vibes and the feeling and the emotions were just bogging down on the place. And no matter how much I have saged this apartment, because I have saged the hell out of this apartment, it's to the point now where I actively avoid certain rooms. Like, my office space for the past probably year and a half, I have avoided. Like, I have not been able to go in there. There also is the thing of like, when we first moved in here, because we said we're only gonna live here for a year, we never decorated. And so like over the years, I've decorated a little bit, but not to the extent of, I've never painted any walls. I've never made big like kind of renovation projects or DIY projects to like make this space my own. And then it got to the point where we were here for so long that I was like, okay, well, next year then we'll move. So what's the point of decorating? And so I finally painted my office, and I said to my husband, I was like, I'm gonna paint this room and then we're gonna move. And sure enough, 2 years later, we're moving. I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now, and I can't seem to settle on one that actually is bringing me joy. And I'm trying to stay present in the moment, and I'm trying to not like stay in a negative place about it, but I'm also trying to not like make myself be happy. because I think it's very valid that I'm not exactly like, I am excited at certain points, but it's not all the time. Like I'm thinking, like I have a knot in my stomach right now. I have a pit in my stomach for thinking about moving tomorrow. And like old me, I would be like ready to go. I would have like an itinerary, you know, or more in-depth one. I would have everything planned, and I'm sitting here like I still have so much to do before tomorrow morning, and I need to get it done, and then I need to like kind of decompress and go to sleep. I need to sleep at some point. So, and that doesn't even count the like what's going to come after, which is moving, excuse me, into the house, but then the unpacking, you know? And like it's one thing to think like, oh yeah, oh my god, I have to pack up all this stuff and then I'm going to move tomorrow. But the actual aspect of moving, there's so much more to it than just you're moving. You're moving, you're now unpacking, you're having to take out what you put in a box and then find it's a place in your new like life. And if it doesn't have a place, then you have to decide like, is it worth it? Do I throw it away? Which I've been trying to do here. But I also just like in the upcoming weeks, you know, I have to find a new grocery store. I have to find like new gas stations. I have to find a new way to work. I have to remember to come here after work. I have to see how my animals are going to adapt. Right now, my animals are boarded at my work. I work at a vet hospital, and so they're boarded there for the weekend, and I'm not going to pick them up till Monday. And so I have to see how they're going to react to this. I have to, you know, relearn so many things. And it's also like the distance to my work isn't a big deal, but now I'm like farther away from my parents and my sister, and it's not that much farther really. It's just like 20 minutes. But if like you knew how close my parents and like it's 5 minutes away, I could just jump in my car and go. Now it's like if I want to go over there, I have to actually like make a trip out of it, even though I don't think 20 minutes is that big of a deal, but still. And just leaving all of these memories behind and this place behind, and I don't know. I think the main feeling I'm just thinking about is I just don't know what comes next. Anyway, trying to keep myself calm, finish what I need to do, and then enjoy tomorrow. So I will catch up with you guys when we're moving in tomorrow. Today's the day. Today's the day. The sun is shining. The tank is clean. Today's the day. It is move-in day. I'm on my way to the house to meet my mother and get keys and do all the things. It's also snowing, well, sleeting, whatever. I've got people on the way to help move. I'm so nervous and excited and ready. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. Let the sun shine in the day.
You guys, oh my goodness. We are officially moved in. And I cannot fucking believe it. Like, we are officially moved in, but we still have so many things that we still need to get. I'm gonna move over here because the sun is actually more blinding than I expected. We have so many more things we need to move in. But so I'm gonna like talk about this like in a longer part of the vlog, like kind of more when I do a sit down at the end, but just we have so many more boxes we need to get from the apartment to move into the house. And that's what Josh is doing right now, is he's going and getting just some essentials for tonight. Like we have a lot of boxes that we were able to cart over here, but basically we got all of the furniture moved in just 2 trips. And we got furniture delivered. So I have a brand new bed. I have a brand new sectional. I've got a lounger for whiskey. Oh my God. And more furniture is coming. So we have, everything big moved in. It's just like the boxes of like my entire life, basically. And it still has not hit me that I live here. I have a garage. I have a front door with a doorbell. Hello. I have a beautiful freaking fridge, a beautiful oven. I have a yard for my dogs. I have a front porch. I have a patio. I have a garden. None of this has hit me yet. And there is still so much left to do. And I don't even know where to start because I want to do so many things now that I'm here. And it just feels like, holy shit. It just feels like surreal. And like, I cannot tell you how, not bad. I cannot tell you how stressful this day has been. Not even from a moving standpoint, but there were so many hiccups in the day that I really had to try not to let ruin my day. And I had to really power through them because I know my body and I know my intuition and I trust my intuition. And when I tell you that I now understand why I was so anxious, like in the previous clip, I was talking about just how anxious I was and I was trying to identify the reason. I now know why. And it's just because my intuition was like, there is something off and there is just something that's like not gonna be smooth about this move, which nothing is ever smooth probably with moving. And I wasn't expecting anything flawless. But just the hiccups that we had to experience to get here, which I'll talk about later, but it's just like, it could have ruined my whole day and my whole mood, and it didn't. And I just feel like I'm really proud of myself for not letting it ruin the day because we're finally here. But there was definitely a moment where I was like, if I have to stay in this apartment one more fucking night, I'm going to just break down. And thankfully that's not happening. We got it all figured out. There's still some things we have to work out because of the hiccups that happened this morning, which again, I'll talk about later, but just, we're fucking here. We're fucking here. I cannot believe it. I'm exhausted, but I still have so much stuff to do because Josh went to go grab some more boxes that we're going to need. I'm going to start unpacking what we already have brought and finding homes for them if I can, and just making because my goal is to not have any boxes in this house by the time my vacation ends, at least in the sense of I don't want to have anything that I'm like, oh shit, that's packed in a box and I need that. I really am going to push myself the next week and a half to get everything unpacked, start painting. Even if I don't get to painting any of the rooms that I want to paint until even after I go back to work, I'm fine with that because I want to be able to have the space be lived in and then start painting. Even if I have to move furniture around, it's not a big deal. I really want to not have clutter because I don't want this house to look like our apartment did. So, I've been rambling for a while, but I'm just know that I'm so kind of anxious because there's some other things going on, but I'm so relaxed at the same time and I'm just so happy. But it honestly hasn't hit me yet that this is my house. And it's fucking crazy. everybody ready? You ready? All right, come on. Tara? Tara? What do you think? Is that your couch? Ooh, what is that? Don't jump over the couch. Who wants to go outside and see their brand new yard? Who wants to do that? Yeah, go home. Oh, Figgy. It's okay, baby. There you go, good girls. I present the Willow Buds. Hello. Hello. Hera is here. She is home. She's home and she's being pitiful. Get it? Pitiful. Pitiful. And then Bubby is Bubby is on the floor. So that's where we're at right now. But my children are home. I'm very excited. My children are home and happy and terrified. I don't know what I expected with moving into a new house, but I knew there would be some like teething problems basically. But Fig has done nothing but scream since we got home. He hasn't really figured out the stairs because the apartment didn't have stairs. There were only stairs going like up, out, when you like left. So the dogs like know how to use stairs that way, but they've never actually had to use stairs. And these stairs in this house are pretty steep. So of course Whiskey is still recovering and he really shouldn't be going upstairs. He still has about 2 weeks. So it's not like the end of the world if he goes up them. And honestly, I don't have any gates at the moment. So I can't keep him downstairs. So we're just kind of making sure he takes it slow at the moment. But I don't know if you can hear Fig, but he is definitely screaming right now. He is definitely upset. This weekend and week has been a whirlwind, and I am like trying to stay present, trying to enjoy every bit of it, which I have enjoyed many things. Numero uno, waking up in my new house, in my new bed. Numero two is sitting on the couch with my kids. Numero three is just sitting on the couch in general with the sunshine and everything else. This is what I have to live with. This is what I have to live with. When I went to go pick up the kids from work today, every one of my coworkers was like, please take them away. So yeah, this weekend has been a whirlwind and it's only Monday now and I have till next Tuesday, being off, to get everything out of the apartment still and then move in. So basically I've just been trying to take everything room by room. Right now, pretty much the kitchen is fully unpacked. There are only a couple boxes left at the apartment that I need to grab for the kitchen. The dining room is pretty much unpacked. There's not really much to do with the dining room except put everything back in the buffet. And then there is the living room that needs unpacked with like the consoles and everything like that and the games. And what else? Oh, and then clearly our bedroom, our bathroom has been sorely neglected the past couple of days because I've just like been doing the living areas because those are the things that are most important to me. You would think that like having clothes and having like a nice bathroom and a nice bedroom would be important, but honestly, at the moment, I want to be able to like enjoy the house itself because those are the areas I will be in the most when I'm living here. So need them to be clean and copacetic. The next port of call is going to be my office, which again, like one of the bedrooms is bigger than the other. And I have decided that I'm going to take the bigger room for my office just because everything will fit better. So I need to move everything from the office over, and then I need to start unpacking. So most of the office boxes are actually still at the apartment, and that is a big deal because there's a lot of them. So until I move everything over to the new room and then get all the boxes here, I'm not going to start decorating and unpacking anything. So it's 10 o'clock now. I might start working on the bathroom. I have like bags everywhere full of our clothes, and the bathroom is attached to the closet is attached to the bathroom. So you have to walk through the bathroom to get to our master closet. But I want to work on the bathroom itself because I want to take a shower tomorrow. Because I have not showered since Saturday. I feel disgusting. Probably shouldn't. Yeah, I haven't showered since Saturday. Let me just tell you. That's because I've just been packing and doing stuff, and I didn't have the shower, like the bathroom, ready until last night. So, and I was really exhausted. So I feel disgusting. So I want to take a shower in the morning. And I want to be able to use the bathroom in the way that it's intended. And I want to be able to have everything in its place. And then I'll probably start on the closet, after Josh goes to work tomorrow. And so tomorrow, so he's going to come home in the morning. He gets home at like around 6 in the morning. He's going to come home after going to the apartment to get a load of boxes. Then I'm going to go over to the apartment later when I get up, get a load of boxes and bring them into the house. And the goal is to be done by Thursday, because Thursday's the last day. Sorry, I'm hearing my dogs wrestling because they've been sleeping since they got home at 3. And now they're kind of realizing, oh, we can like run around. Anyway, so that is currently the plan. I'm sitting and watching Charmed. I'm going to work on the bathroom, and then I'm probably going to go to bed for the night. Again, I have not read a single thing. So this is definitely not a reading vlog. This is 1000% a moving, unpacking vlog. So yeah, so I'm gonna work on that, and I'll probably see you guys in the morning. Oh my god, hi, welcome in, kids. We are joined by Whiskey today. Say hello, Whis.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, Whiskey wants nothing to do with any of this, but hello, hi, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this incredibly stressful vlog, because like, take a shot for every time I said I was exponentially stressed, okay? So we are here because I just wanted to wrap up this video in like kind of a concise way to say that like, it's almost been a year. It'll be a year on the 24th of February, which is coming up. It is currently the 29th of January. Oh boy, do you have something to say? Do you have something to add? I love him. I just wanted to wrap this up because I mentioned in the vlog that I was going to talk about some of the things that happened, and why I was so stressed out, and just like, I don't know, just to like share my experience for anyone else that might have to do this in the future, which I hope not, because again, I was exponentially stressed. So basically what ended up happening was my husband and I had lived in that apartment for 10 years, since 2015, so like 9 years, I guess. But we moved in right after high school, like 2 months after we graduated from high school, and we lived there ever since. We had lived there for so long that the apartment complex was updating a lot of other units because people were obviously moving away. And just because we had never felt stable enough to move and buy a house, we stayed there. And because of that, we got a letter in on our door that we had, like, I think it was 3 months, maybe 4 months to get the fuck out. They were not going to renew our lease. And because Ohio is a state that doesn't have to tell you a reason, we never really got one, but the manager did kind of like allude to the fact that like, oh yeah, like, you know, your unit's pretty outdated and like it's kind of time for a revamp. And instead of like allowing us to move into like a newer unit and just for us to pay more, they just weren't going to let us renew our lease regardless. So as you might imagine, my husband and I went into just complete like meltdown mode. Like there were several moments where we just looked at each other and we were like, what the fuck are we going to do? I mean, because we both work full-time jobs. Okay. So it was very stressful in this economy and in this like housing market. It is not easy to just uproot your life and find a place to live. And so we were battling not only against time, but like financial aspect and just like looking for something that we would want to live in, because I'm not going to move out of this place and then just move into something, that's not up to my standards. I would have if we got to the desperation point, but we'll get to that. So we had about 3 months to find a place to live and pack our entire lives. And you guys, you can imagine over 10 years, we've accumulated a lot of shit. So the both of us, we kind of had a freak out moment, and then we came together and we were like, all right, we need to make a game plan. So I started an entire spreadsheet, you guys, of like all the places that were either for rent or for sale, and like contact information and pricing and what have you. And then like I would schedule, because of the pandemic, there was a lot of like, you could go to the place and view it without having to like meet with a realtor or meet with like a landlord. So they would just send you a code at the time that you're supposed to be there, and then you could unlock the door. So we did a lot of that, where we were able to view places without having to like meet with someone, which honestly, for us, that was kind of really nice. So we were doing that like every single weekend. And like, because I have Mondays off, I was doing some of them like by myself. And we were just like going to place and just trying to find somewhere that like we really love. And then it kind of got to the point where we were scrambling because we were not finding what we wanted. We were not finding it in our price point. Let's think about this for a second. So if you've ever lived in an apartment, you know that to break your lease, you have to basically pay for like 2 months worth of rent. Well, depending on when you're moving out, like if you've got a month till your lease ends, but you have to pay like, I think it's basically like 2 months worth of rent to cut your lease. And we were thinking about doing that because it was kind of like, well, if we can like get somewhere now and move now, we'll just move like fucking in a week, But because of like how much money this place wanted us to spend, and then moving into a new place, whether we were going to rent or not, because we had no idea if we could even buy a house at this point. So we were like, okay, let's just figure out the finances. And it was going to be over like $4,000 for us to move. And that was just with like breaking the lease. So what ended up happening is we found a house, right? And we were kind of like, okay, this house is like really nice. It's like pretty cheap. And like, it's ready to move in like by the time that we need to move in. And we kind of were like, all right, let's go see this. And my aunt, who's a realtor, she was so helpful for us because we were literally in like crisis mode. So we came and viewed the house. And I don't know if any of you like are spiritual, or if any of you like really follow dreams, but I am heavy on manifestation, and I'm heavy on dreams, and I'm heavy on signs. And when I tell you, like legit, no joke, no funsies, I dreamed about this house. So the moment that I walked in, I was like, Joshua, I think this is our fucking house. Because I vividly remember dreaming about how like the living room was laid out and like the stairs were behind it, which is how our living room is laid out. And then I vividly like was dreaming about how like there's the garage and then the kitchen and then the dining room, and it's all open concept. And then like there was a sliding door out to the back. Hello? So I literally like looked at him and I was like, this is our house. And he's like, shut up. We haven't even like viewed the whole thing. And I was like, no, you don't understand. This is our fucking house. So we viewed it, we put in an offer, and it was rejected. And so Josh was like, yeah, okay, let's like keep looking. But I was like, no, this don't fucking sit right. This does not fucking sit right with me. And we have like 2 weeks at this point to get our shit together. And we were literally like, oh my God, like, what are we gonna do? Because we were thinking about being homeless. We were thinking about having to give up our pets. We were thinking about like, what the fuck are we gonna do? So we ended up putting another offer on the house. And I don't remember why we decided to do that. There was just something, I think I was just like pushing him. I was like, no, something doesn't feel right. Like I want to try this again. Like we need to put in an offer, like another one. And so we put in another offer. And I think like a couple days later, I got a call. And she was like, okay, so I'm going to like send you over paperwork and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean? And she was like, oh, like, did you not hear? Like, well, you got approved for the house. And I was like, what? Huh? Who? I was at work and my boss was like, so my boss and I share an office, and she was sitting next to me, and I literally like dropped my phone like on my keyboard, and she like looked at me and was like, what is this girl's fucking problem? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, we got a house. And she was so like, she knew how like stressed I was. And she was so excited for me. And I was just like, I was like, I have to go. Like, I have to figure out what the hell I'm doing. We then were like in scramble mode to pack. Like, we had already been packing, but we finally were like, okay, we've got like a week to move in, and we got to figure out like movers, and we got to figure out this, and like boarding the dogs, and like getting all the shit together, and forwarding mail, and like all of these things, right? So we're like in scramble mode. Josh had 10 days off. So he was able to do a lot of the work. And then I then put in for 2 weeks of vacation after that so I could finish up and then have a week to move into the house and like unpack, because when we moved into our apartment, I literally took a weekend to move in. And let me tell you that we were never fully unpacked the entire time that we lived there. We had a couple coworkers help us move. My mom helped us move. And we like that day, it was sleeting. And what is so crazy, okay, is that the couple days before we were supposed to move in, I started getting like this pit in my stomach, and I just couldn't figure it out. If you've ever like felt your intuition or like really done a lot of like breath work or anything, like, okay, you know when something just does not fucking sit right. And I just couldn't figure it out. I was like, I know the move isn't gonna go smoothly, because what move ever does? But this was more than that. I was like, something is fucking gonna go wrong, and I really need to be prepared. The morning of, it was snowing and sleeting, and we were waiting for a code to get the key out of the box that's attached to the house, because we didn't have the keys beforehand, because this was like so fucking short notice. So we were waiting to get the code. And we were supposed to get an email like a couple days before. We were supposed to get an email not only of like, here's the report of the damage of the house, and then like you're supposed to like get a code for your keys for like move-in day. And I was like, okay, great. Here's the thing. We never got an email. And so my mom and my aunt were here to like set up my kitchen and to clean up and just like make sure everything was like good. Make sure the electric was on and everything was working and that there wasn't any, damage. So my mom was sitting there and like she was waiting for me to like give her the code. And I went to go drop off some kitchen stuff and we still hadn't had the code. So by this time it was like about 10 a.m. and I started to fucking panic because I had people coming to help move. We couldn't get into the fucking house. And I was just like, why? So then I'm trying to call the company that, that like leases the house or whatever. And like they're in Las Vegas, and so their time zone is like completely different. And I was like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like it's Saturday, I'm not getting anyone on the phone. I was trying to like contact my contact person for the house, and she like was not in the office, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck are we gonna do? And so we kind of were like making jokes like, well, we'll just break into the house, it's not a big deal. And I was like, I don't want to have to like bust any fucking windows because I'm gonna have to replace them. So we got everything on the truck. I'm trying to just like remain positive. My one friend is sick, so she like couldn't come help. And I'm just like aggressively sweeping. And my coworker Leanne comes into the apartment and she's like, good morning. And I'm just like, I was so nonverbal. Like I just could not get myself out of this. And normally I'm like able to do it, but I was so fucking stressed out. So she went to my husband, and goddess bless my husband. He was like, okay, you go over here and you do this and you take this and she's gonna want this here. And like, he was like coordinating so well because I just could not. And so everything got loaded onto the truck. And then finally I got a hold of someone, and they were like, oh, you didn't get a code? Okay. Oh, we have your email wrong. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean you have my email wrong? My mom calls me, okay, as we're on the fucking way over. And she's like, Julia, the key will not fucking fit in the lock. And I was like, what do you mean the key won't fit in the lock? So she was trying to describe it to me, but basically like the key was it was like bent. It was like an old key. It was so bent that it wouldn't fit. But actually we found out later that the key actually was not made for that lock. Like whoever like redid the locks didn't give us the right key. So it was attached to a cord, and I was like, well, fuck this. And I like cut the cord and I went around to the back of the house, and goddess bless, it opened the back door that goes into the garage door. And I was able to open the garage and we were able to move in. And I like figured it out, and I was like, yeah, this key does not fucking work in this lock. So we couldn't use our front door for like several days until we could have a lock like someone to come in and re-key it. So then we moved in, and then you would think like, oh, her troubles are over. Like everything's gonna be copacetic and good.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
No. No. So what ends up happening is, because of the fact that my mom couldn't get into the house until we got there, she and my Aunt Donna were like scrambling to like clean up and wipe down counters and stuff. My Aunt Donna went to turn on the faucet, and the fucking faucet decided it wanted to leak all under the sink. So she had been running the water for like several minutes, like cleaning, and then suddenly there's just like water gushing out from under my fucking sink. And I was like, oh my fucking God, like, what do we do? Like, what the fuck do we do? So it was only the hot water, so we just couldn't use the hot water for a while, but then we're like mopping up the fucking floor. And then trying to put the washer and dryer in, something with the washer busted, and then when I went to go run a load of laundry, it like fucking flooded my kitchen on the first night. Like, we had a lot of water problems the first night, so we called like an emergency plumber. And while that was happening, I realized that one of the windows was like kind of pulled away from its like seal, so it wasn't like sealed properly, and it was like letting cold air in, which, like, this was the middle of February, it was cold as shit. So like I didn't want to run my heat, because what would be the point? Like, it would just run up my heat bill because it wasn't sealed. So we had to call an emergency window guy. Like, it was just, there were so many fucking things that it was just like, can anything else go wrong with this fucking move? I forgot. So we had two like big screen TVs, one that goes in the bedroom and one that goes in the living room. And we had just bought the one. It was like a 60 inch, 65 inch. It doesn't matter. We went that night to like go relax, you know, calm down and like go to bed. And we went to go hook up the TV, and we fucking turn it on, and there's like just the screen of death down it. Like, there was a crack, like something somehow like it like busted it or hit it when we were moving, and so we had like this cracked fucking screen. Broke down crying, not even gonna lie about it. I was so fed up, and I just broke down, because like, with the amount of money that we had to pay to even move and get all this stuff, like, we didn't have money for a new TV. So we took the TV from downstairs, brought it up here, and it was a bit smaller. And then like the next day, my dad like so lovingly gave us like an extra TV, because that man hoards TVs like nobody's business. But anyway, he gave us an extra TV, and then we just ended up like buying like a couple, like I think like a week later, we bought a new one. And I, like, as a gift for moving and as like for us dealing with all this shit, I let my husband pick out like a 75 inch TV, because I was like, you know what? We fucking deserve it. Like, we fucking deserve it. And I think that was it. I don't think anything else like crazy happened, but goddamn, like, what in the world, you know? So we're all moved in now. We're settled. It's a year later, and I am just so incredibly grateful that I not only live here, but I took that chance of like putting in that second offer of like, no, this house belongs to me. Like, it's mine, and we're gonna own it. Like, it's already in the works, which I'm so excited about, because like I didn't want to have to rent anymore, because I wanted something that was mine, and thankfully like this company that we work with does that. So I'm so excited. Yeah. So that's it. That's my moving story. It's like a little crazy. And it's just like, I'm so grateful for so many things. And I'm so grateful like that this is the next chapter of my life, because I feel like that for the past few years, things have just been like really crazy and really awful. And like, I've had to let go of so many things and be okay with that. I've had to let go of so many friends. I've had to let go of so many like expectations and like, you know, things that I thought I was going to take my life in the direction, and then just not doing that. But yeah, I just had to let a lot of things go, and some were a lot harder than others. But I feel like I'm finally like finding my groove again. You know, I'm finally trying to like get out of this. I'm always gonna have depression, but I'm trying to like get out of this like nasty depressiveness. And like my husband got this big promotion that's been so helpful, and I'm doing like really good in my career field. So it's just so good when you know that a chapter is ending and a new one is beginning, and you can feel that energy. But boy, did it take some pains to get there. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble. If you made it this far, I appreciate you so much. Normal reading content will continue. From this point forward, all of the vlogs should be in the new house, with the exception of maybe like 2 that were still in the apartment. But from now on, everything will be like in the new house. It still will be from 2024, but at least like the scenery won't jar you too much. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be here all week, baby. I love you guys. Mwah! Bye.